Great show. What should we call it?
Let's see. Yeah, 10.2 audio is one of those things we investigated a long time ago. Like, could we do a piece about it? And it's really hard to do a piece about audio and television. But it always stuck with me. All right. Ads kill the messenger. Which is, hey, I'm talking here. Nice. Face palmer lucky. Maybe a little editorial for us.
Yeah.
That might be a little
I
editorial.
think Palmer Lucky was doing a little like I'm face palming myself for saying
Yeah.
that. I think that, yeah, it's a little editorial. I agree, but
He's 23 years old, people. Come on.
But I feel like he was owning it. Like, yeah, I screwed up. I shouldn't have said that.
At 23, I can't tell you what I was doing at 23, but I was not having to face
damn.
ET message home. Grandpa has a phone number.
Grandpa still has a phone number.
Yeah.
I think phone numbers are still going to be around as a security issue.
Yeah.
They're just going to be your carrier's account number, essentially.
Yeah.
I think it'll be the one thing that you don't worry that goes away. Like, oh, will the company be viable? Will Snapchat be here in 5 years and then I move on to something else and have to repopulate it?
Oh, you mean a phone number won't go away?
Yeah.
Even if your carrier went under,
Yeah.
the phone number wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, because you need something to give people that's not your name, which is more secure than your name.
Face detect. Except it becomes your name. And then
your phone number?
Yeah. It's just another name. It's just another way of reaching you.
Or 444-3321. Wait, that's 7 numbers. Too many. Right? No, that's 8.
Justin, are you just quiet or did your mic go off?
No. I have no idea what's happening. We set up a desk or a countertop washer, and in the process, for whatever reason, there are just these little spikes of energy that throw off our USB drivers.
Do you have an anti-static mat?
No.
Do you put everything into a power strip or do you put into a UPS?
Several power strips.
And it's like when you say desk, is it like a washing machine washer, or
Yeah, no, a dishwasher, like a countertop dishwasher in the kitchen.
It could be just running off the same circuit and then.
I'm guessing that's it.
And if it's not grounded properly, it might be giving you the.
Yeah, the weird thing is that it's even when it's not running, it's been being silly. So I don't know. I think we might just need to find another better surge protector or something.
I mean, yeah, ideally you just get a UPS into whatever your most sensitive equipment.
Yeah.
With something with the automatic voltage regulation, just to deal with any stray issues. Or just unplug the dishwasher when you're not using it. Is it plugged into a wall outlet, or is it just actually wired in to your?
It's plugged into the wall, basically. I mean, it's plugged into a power strip into the wall.
Yeah, try unplugging it for a couple hours and see if it fixes all your issues.
Yeah. Yeah, there's also some good UPSs here for like $30. No.
Oh man, that sucks.
What?
So remember, people don't realize this in the audience, but before the show started, I had a little issue with my sound not coming through, and I had to unplug and plug back in my USB audio codec device, which means that Audacity now won't play anything back because it says, "Oh, your thing isn't there anymore."
Ugh.
So I'm just going to edit by waveform.
Oh, boy. That's bold. Although I have to say that after editing for a solid year, editing audio, I feel like I'm finally learning a language where I can actually look at something and be like, somebody's saying somebody's saying like,
yeah,
that's
for
where the
sure.
bit ends. It's actually really kind of amazing.
Okay. See what this sounds like. I'm gonna go with ads kill the messenger. I think.
Yeah.
That good? You good?
Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a nap, and then I'm gonna start my first New Year's resolution, which is to learn Snapchat.
Nice. Follow on Snapchat.
Follow who?
Follow who?
Follow me. We'll snap each
Oh,
other.
I'm following you. I got that far.
Good.
I've
You,
been
Jiff
snapping up a
Tom,
storm.
and Tom Merritt.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
got like I don't know. I think I've got like 200 people follow me on Snapchat, but only like
Yeah.
18 actually look at my snaps. So
yeah.
not a big audience.
Here's my
I look at
question:
the
is
snaps.
it's hard for me to find people. It's hard to find people on Snapchat. Like it involves some mechanism that my brain rejects. So that's my lesson for today.
Sorry, I'm just looking at
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Oh yeah, because I actually did Snapchat of
did.
the Slack. Yeah, I think I might do it tomorrow, or I might wait till Monday. We'll see. But I want to Snapchat. I want to do a my story of my day of prepping DTNS,
Oh,
and
smart.
then you know how you can save them out. I'm going to save it out and publish it separately for people who don't use Snapchat. The only problem is you have to do everything portrait in Snapchat. So making a YouTube video out of it then becomes embarrassing.
Well, no, it just makes me more like the kids these days who can't turn their phone. You know, back in my day, we used to turn the phone. You know, is it that hard? Geez, is your wrist broken? You know, back when George Bush was president, this wasn't a problem.
How long is on my story? What's the limit?
It's just whatever you've posted in the past 24 hours.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they all combine together. So they mean story in a meta larger sense. It's just your list of videos.
Yes.
Okay.
With a 24-hour limit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it just rolls through. They just drop off, and whatever's in the past 24 hours stays in there.
Is your story.
And you can save them out, which I did on my vacation a couple times because,
Yeah.
you know.
The
memories.
mind immediately turns to, why not just record a video? And have it.
Well, that's like saying why not send an email instead of a text message?
You know, why don't you just finish sewing your flag to give to the cause? You know,
Like, you drove to the post office. Why did you just walk?
I know. I can't. But how long is the limit on a snap?
Is it 8? Is that 8 seconds?
something like that. Yeah, but you just shoot a bunch of them. You know, you'd be like Ali Spagnola.
Right.
Or DJ Khaled.
Just keep. Oh yeah, DJ Khaled. Yeah. DJ Khaled.
They don't want you to use Snapchat, Jenny, so you're going to use Snapchat.
Sure. It's enough to make me want to buy an Oculus.
That'll solve your Snapchat
It'll
issue.
solve my problem.
Hmm.
I'll just be in there.
Well, some brilliant LLC bought one, so you can borrow it for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
And then
my
I talked Frog Pants LLC into buying one too.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. Is you have to have a bunch of people that have it to have fun. Like it's, oh my God, that's so exciting.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll figure out computer because I don't think I actually have a computer in this building that can work with it yet because my gaming machine's so old.
Yeah. That's what I mean, like, we just bought this new doghouse last year, so I haven't checked the specs on it.
You might be okay within a year.
But even then, it's like, I don't know. Like,
You might be able to get away with just upgrading the video card. And
I had a good conversation with Andrew yesterday that that the next, like, the real big difference that we're going to see this year and next year in VR are free range versus tethered.
Mm-hmm.
everything that's coming out now is all tethered.
Yeah.
And that you
except for the dinky ones, right? The ones that you stick your phone in, and their big holdup is no controller. So like Samsung was showing off these prototype controllers for Gear VR, but that's still a year away.
Well, and Gear VR is, I mean, you might as well just get drunk and pretend like things are happening. Like first, and they're great. If you've never seen them before, they're really really fun, and they're really great at doing 300.
Have I seen it? Oh no, I had just gotten drunk and was pretending that thing.
Yeah, but I think that there is a future for you understanding where you are in full space, and having maybe less of a gaming experience, less of a, your head falls off because it's so impressed visual experience, but just putting you in a created space more effectively and letting you walk around. And there are enough advancements in those kinds of areas that could be really interesting.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to sink into the chair that feeds me protein solution and put on the glasses and never come out.
I have a funny feeling that with the popularity of VR goggles increasing, you're going to get a lot more nearsighted people, especially kids.
That's that's a bunch of bunk.
No, they've tied in nearsightedness in children with overuse of like smartphones and tablets. And the reason is because their eyes your eyes naturally focus on the horizon. No, it doesn't. All right.
I want to believe.
I will.
I'm just curious. You read Reddit, so I'm just curious. Would you say that they've found that? Is that a replicable study or?
No, I actually read it in the New York Times, but I guess I could.
Okay,
oh,
there's
have
a better
you
chance.
heard of it, Tom? It's the New York Times.
Well,
it's a little blog that I follow on Snapchat called New York Times.
They basically referenced a study from a Singaporean university trying to figure out why Singapore children, I think of under the age of 12, had higher incidences of kids wearing glasses compared to their counterparts in Australia, same Singaporean Australians that didn't have to. And what they noticed is that in Australia, kids spent more time outside as opposed to children in Singapore who spend a lot of time in a classroom, either in a cram school or just regular school, reading. And what their hypothesis is the eyes aren't focusing on.
Okay, so it's a hypothesis. It's not something that it's an indication of further study.
There's a correlation. Now, it doesn't mean
okay.
Cause,
yeah. And that's fair. Like, I don't want to be a correlation basher because that kind of study is important for figuring out what's true.
Yeah. Well,
but that doesn't prove that it's true.
You're absolutely correct, Tom.
Okay.
There's no smoking gun next to the eyeball. All right.
All right.
You're just one of those people. No, not gonna happen. I'm waiting
No,
for you.
I'm not saying that either.
Don't get stressed. Put your theories to the test. It's East meets West.
Nice. Can we use that?
Yeah.
That'd be
I'm
great.
just wondering whether or not you missed the part where the New York Times.
By the way, it's a little blog I read on Snapchat called the New York Times.
Hello, war. Maybe you've heard of it. World War One.
You're making me laugh like a dork.
No, you naturally laugh like
that's
he's just
fair.
making
I
you
shouldn't
laugh.
blame anyone else. That's a good point. I'm gonna go see Star Wars tonight.
Oh,
Man.
you
on IMAX.
Wait, but it's IMAX this time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a 3D version, right? You saw the first one in 3D.
I saw the 3D. Yeah. I have
but
not
that you
seen
couldn't
the
enjoy
IMAX.
because you were too close to the screen.
No, I saw it 3 times in 3D.
Wow.
So I enjoyed it 2 of the times. Actually, I enjoyed it all the times, but I could actually see everything 2 of the times.
I always have to sit right in the middle of the theater if I watch anything in 3D, because then my eyes go all weird. Gives me a giant headache.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of people. I read this study in the New York Times that Singaporean children.
The New York Times.
I heard it on a popular podcast.
Yeah, you guys, it's a little snap story that I read on Facebook Messenger called the New York Times.
It's a thread bot that I follow.
Sorry, it's a little Twitch TV account that I like to subscribe to called the New York Times.
I like how Ellie woke up so hard in the middle of that whole diatribe about the New York Times. Her head just went like, up, yeah, there it is.
We're only 2 babies away from a trend piece.
That's right.
Wait, so does it mean I have to come up with 2 more, or is
Well,
anyone
if we have
there
2 more
contributing?
babies, then the New York Times can write a trend piece about how listening to somebody talk about the New York Times is the hot new trend in babies.
No, what we should do is find a correlation between fertility rates and DTNS audience members.
Oh my gosh.
They're just wrapping up now.
But I can see all those countries that are trying to get their women to have more kids just constantly playing DTNS.
Playing
over
DTNS.
their way, elevators, shopping malls.
Yep.
Wait, I started publishing
Tom's
something.
voice.
What did I miss?
I know.
It
Hey,
got real weird real fast, Tom. 1 second. I don't know. It just got real weird. Real fast.
I wanted my attention for a minute.
just all of them, you can just hear the choruses around the country. Great fertility session. What should we call it?
I don't know. Let's go to the bot.tv.
What's that?
Alrighty. Well, good. DTNS and chill. Thank you, Ian. I'm going to call a close to these proceedings.
I'll say.
Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.